Your air conditioning system is a very important component to your home. I know it is in my home, and it seems like the whole earth is getting warmer and warmer. And so I want to talk about air conditioning because that equipment often in the summertime can run a lot. And I have a question to pose an expert here, Nathan Shafer from Shafer Heating and Cooling. Hey, Nathan, how are you?
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So I've got a question for you that came in here to the radio program, and that is, when do I know it's time to replace my air conditioning unit or units? Some people may have one that's 6 years old and it sounds like a train going down the tracks. Some people may have one that's 18, 20 years old and they think it's running fine. So how do they know?
Good question. And there's several different signs that can lead up to it. And so, one thing, I mean, you may be starting to hear different noises. It's sounding louder than it used to. You may be seeing your HVAC professional much more frequently than you would like. Maybe they're there on a pretty regular basis, having to make repairs. Maybe it's nighttime, weekends, so on and so forth, which is just starting to eat into your pocket deeper and deeper. Maybe you're seeing an increase in your utility bills. Now that could be a couple things right now with obviously utility rates on the rise. However, aside from that, that system could be contributing to a very large portion of your utility increase. And so also too, just the simple age rule of thumb, right? Of just time to consider if everything's been taken care of properly and different things. At least ways for our part of the nation right here in Southern Ohio, Consumer Reports state that 12 years is the average. And that's not saying that every system at 12 years and older should be replaced. I've seen them much younger than that need to be replaced, and also 20 and 30 years old, in replacing them. But that's just the average when you start looking at that cost of ownership and different things.
It's kind of like a knee replacement for someone in their 50s. Maybe they can go until 70 or 80, but maybe they had a lot of injuries when they were in high school and college. Maybe they played football or something, and they had to get a replacement in their 30s. My point to this, everybody, is that if you take care of your system, it will take care of you over time. It's much like changing the oil and other fluids in your car. If you get your system maintained, it can last longer. But I'm pretty sure, Nathan, the system will get to a point if it's been neglected and abused where it just doesn't make sense to try to maintain it anymore.
100%. Yeah, you hit a certain point. If it's been neglected and abused, you're going to hit some really large repairs or a bunch of small repairs to where it's a crazy to keep putting that good money into something where you're not getting that return back out of it. Like you mentioned, taking care of that system, good maintenance. Our club members, we're out there twice a year servicing and cleaning those systems. We've talked about that on some previous podcasts, but having that proper maintenance done not only reduces your utility rates and ongoing, keeps that system at the factory fresh, but like you mentioned, it keeps that system lasting much longer. It keeps your warranties valid. It keeps the system lasting longer, protecting that investment that you invested up front to have it installed. And when it does come time, back to utilities too, not only is keeping that system clean and maintained, helps save money in utilities and long life. When it does come time and you do replace the system, we give a guarantee to every system that we install, whether it be the base model system or whether it be the Cadillac system, but we give a 25% utility savings guarantee in writing with that new system. And that just goes into all because of the design, the airflow, and the steps and procedures that we take to properly design that system for your home. And so all kinds of ways to save money, whether it be when it comes time to purchase that new system and when, as well as, hey, how do I keep it lasting as long as possible? Both ways we can help.
My recommendation is to contact Nathan and his team at Shafer Heating and Cooling, and have them assess your system at this time. Get it maintained. If it needs to be replaced, then start to get the regular maintenance. So this new AC system will last forever, or as long as it can. I like to say forever. It'll certainly last a lot longer. It's like the person who does take care of themselves. They're not eating the junk food. And so they're eating healthy and going to the gym and going to the doctor for those regular maintenance checkups. And that is really the key thing here, isn't it, Nathan?
100%. We do it to ourselves, and we talk about it with our own health. We take measurements, right? We're measuring, our intake, our consumption of different types of foods. We're measuring our cholesterol, our blood pressure, our weight, all these different things we're measuring. There's certain spots where we should be at within those. Our HVAC system is no different. If you want to keep that system healthy and living a long time with the least amount of problems possible, the same types of steps, if you look at it that way, it needs to be taken with that system.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Nathan, thank you so much for joining me here today on the program. All of Nathan's information is located in the description of this podcast. He and his team are a click away.